Hey everybody, welcome to Fantastic Comics Presents. We've got quite a lot of comic books we're going to be talking about, plus a whole bunch of other stuff that's been going on and an unboxing, so it's quite a stacked show. Stick around, I got some videos I'm going to play, obviously, that's what we do here, and hopefully we won't get thrown off. Take it away, John.
Hi, it's John Romita Jr. at San Diego Comic-Con. Fantastic Comics in Berkeley is the best shop in the world, hands down.
Eat!
Vampires have huge respect for owls. 1, they're nocturnal. 2, they're predators. And 3, they don't give a hoot where they dump their scat.
Dusty, go on over to that piano.
Oh, no.
No.
I haven't played in so long.
I couldn't.
Been a long time.
All right. We're going to do a little number for you, but remember, we're a bit rusty, so bear with us. Just like the old days.
All right.
Maestro?
My little buttercup has the sweetest smile. Dear little buttercup, won't you stay a while? Come with me where moonbeams paint the sky, and you and I might linger in the sweet by and by. Oh, dear little buttercup, with your eyes so blue. Oh, little buttercup, you're a dream come true. You and I will settle down in a cottage built for two. Dear little buttercup, I love you.
Everybody!
My little buttercup has the sweetest.
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Dear little buttercup, won't you stay out?
Wild.
You and I will settle down in a cottage built for two. Dear little buttercup, sweet little buttercup, my little buttercup, I love you.
This job would be great if it wasn't for the fucking customers.
Jesus, I'm gonna hear from the boss tomorrow.
Oh, would you loosen up? You'd feel a hell of a lot better if you just rip into the occasional customer.
Why? I don't bother them and they don't bother me.
A liar. Tell me there aren't customers that annoy the piss out of you on a daily basis.
She really did some job on you. You know how fucking nuts you are? Look what she did to you.
You fucked my wife.
What?
You fucked my wife.
How could you ask me a question like that? How could you ask me? I'm your brother. You ask me that? Where do you get your balls big enough to ask me that?
I like cream pies as much as the next guy.
Oh, don't say it out loud.
Oh, okay. Let me make a cream pie for you, okay? Then you can try it. See what you think.
I do not want to taste your cream pie.
They taste great. I can guarantee it.
You've tasted yours?
Of course I have. Haven't you?
No.
I've tasted mine. I didn't like it.
I've tasted mine, yeah.
I liked mine.
What?
Registered commies, not guns.
Oh, he was probably a member of the National Rifle Association. There was a group that helped criminals get guns so they could shoot citizens. It was a public service.
This is where he every day I'm wearing a necklace like this, and he's in this urn.
Is his ashes?
Yeah, his ashes right here and here. Yep. So both of my grandpas right here.
What's that other thing on the necklace?
That's a Punisher emblem.
What's that about?
I like the Punisher just because he's he takes his the law into his own hands to punish the people that wronged him.
Let's get back to
right. So these punks.
Yes.
I don't know if they wanted money or they wanted something more sexual.
Wow.
But it's a lucky thing I had my pieces.
Your pieces.
My guns.
Oh.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
Wow.
Bang! Well, I don't see so good, so I missed. Then they ran away. I ran after them.
Okay.
Bang! Try to shoot them in the back. But I don't run so good either. Anyway, you guys all think I'm a hero, and I'll accept that responsibility.
Say, Doc, are you trying to get yourself in trouble with the law? This ain't rabbit hunting season.
It's not?
No, it's duck hunting season. That, sir, is an investigated fabrication. It's rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. I say it's duck season, and I say fire.
We're going to start our volleys. We hope you like the show. Everything is ready. We're raring to go. We'll give you all the latest songs and dances full of pep. We're gonna start with high jump. Just watch this chorus steps.
Originally settled as Ocean View during the 1850s, the city's population boomed with displaced
But in my own way, I am king. Hail to the king, baby.
Hey everybody, welcome to Fantastic Comics Presents. We come to you every Tuesday, 8 p.m. live. Just about every Tuesday. We've been doing this for years now. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming along this ride. For those of you that are new, if you are new here, think about subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications and all that other rigmarole people do or say at the beginning of shows. Look, it says it right there on the screen. Isn't that great? We're going to be coming, so for those of you that don't know, we are also a comic store in Berkeley, California. You can see it scrolling on the bottom of the screen every Wednesday through Sunday, 12 to 5 p.m. for your funny book shopping needs. Sometimes we have other things like packs of Spider-Man magic cards. And I'm going to try and get people that are new to it, and just so that we can only play the Spider-Man ones. Yeah, anyway, that's the thing that we do. But very small, very low key. We're not no accredited store or anything like that where, we have tournaments or anything. The people are just learning. In fact, I recently, like yesterday, re-uploaded my Magic the Gathering account online just so I could get some games in. Wanted to see what it looked like because I hadn't been on there in a long time, like probably like a couple of years. I have all this money, all these gems, just from winning games, never putting any money in. If you're a member, every month they give you something, or every once in a while they give you something, so you get like some packs to get into it. Anywho, I got back into it. I played like 15 or 20 games. Made a deck, some of the new stuff. Pretty fun. I mean, like I said, I don't spend any money, so it's hard to win all the time when you've got jank cards, you know what I mean? All right. Well, I think this is a good time for our first segment of the show. We've done this before. I really should call it like Wow Bob Wow. But I do have a video that I'm going to play to lead into it, and it is right here.
No! What's in the box? Whatever you do, stay away! What the is in the box? Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play the song.
These are the kinds of things that sometimes get me in trouble as far as the show is concerned. Sometimes we'll get like a pause. So I could have totally left. So last week, the show got run down for a second. And I could have kept it going, but I hadn't done it this way in so long. And it said I went against community standards. And I was very curious as to what maybe happened. And I was thinking like, well, we did some of that stuff where it's talking smack about Trump, but it was really more of an ICE situation, which I could totally talk about right now. Let's just forget that one right now. You come to the store if you want the skinny on that. I threw myself off, but yeah, so I went back later on to check the video that got shut down, and it said that I was monetized. I wasn't warned about anything, nothing. So the only other thing I could think is somebody ratted me out. How dare you? How dare you? So I hope there was a lot of time in between that video and this video, but this one's very important because number one, I just want to see it again. Okay.
2 hits in the game for Kurt. Tying run on third in Vladdy. Winning run on first in Barger.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Kurt bounces one up the middle. Bats to the bag. Over to first to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles. From backs against the wall to back-to-back.
Yeah. Kind of a Dodger fan. Dig them. Been paying attention to them for a long time. There was a minute when I kind of ditched them. I felt like they ditched me. Ownership changes and stuff like that. But I had a friend. I remember we would go to this group that we knew. They were called TRIP, Tribal Ritual in Progress. And we would get our weed over there also. But you had to like hang out and chill, smoke some before you even did the transaction. And so you're spending some time there. It's always fun. The whole room was lit up with Christmas lights and posters and all sorts of stuff you probably wouldn't see these days. Definitely wouldn't see these days. And it was cool. It was cool hanging out. But I remember I was talking about not appreciating my team anymore, and the guys all, it's your colors. You can't run away from them. It is who you are. And when I came up here, I was still, wearing other gear. But coming up to the Bay Area and seeing the disdain and the hate and just the evilness of the San Francisco Giants fan made me run back to the blue. And now I'm finally getting rewarded for it. We got that strike or that COVID season and two in a row, probably going to get 3 in a row. Love it. And right after that play, one of my customers, Bob, friend, was like, I know what I need. I need to get some of these, and I need to get them for Yule also. And what did he get me? He got this Tops Now. So I'm assuming these are like some Dodger cards. And we don't know exactly what we'll be getting, but I think it's Yamamoto. I think that's the concept. The concept is that the World Series MVP, Yamamoto, who got the bounce out, he induced the ground ball that got the double play. And not only that, he just pitched like a madman and really took the team on his back and shoulders, pitching back-to-back days. I mean, that's just unheard of. I mean, it's not something you hear about all the time, and when you do, it's legendary, even back in the day. You know, we're not talking about relievers here. We're talking about somebody who pitched complete games back-to-back and then had like a real long effort, strenuous effort also. And most people, don't open this. All right, so this is thick, whatever this is in here. I'm going to open this up. I don't really do the baseball card. Okay, so yeah, it's all Dodgers. All right, excellent. Got some Shohei action there. Oh, nice. Mookie Betts. That's probably that double play. Teoscar. People were calling him a bum, but he had some really big hits, and he was very lazy in the outfield. Blake Snell. Oh my God, he and ex Tampa Bay Ray, the good-looking guy with the mole on his face. I can't think of his name right now. Some fan, and they're like, "Oh yeah, if you can't beat him, join him," because the Dodgers in the strike shortened season. That's who they. Freddie Freeman. Yeah, Will Smith. Oh, here we go. Tyler Glasnow. I knew it was a G name. Just couldn't do it. Look at that hair. So jealous, right? All us guys. I mean, that hair just. This is great. I don't know which card is supposed to be a big deal. But all right, got it. Clayton. Okay, here it's these last two, maybe. And one's a Shohei and one's a. I don't know. I can't imagine these are. So it's whether or not you get a good card. All right, there we go. So that was one. And here comes two. And the good card is like they did 4 of them and they're signed and blah, 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 blah. But I don't usually do the baseball card thing anymore. I was a kid at one time, but you got comic books and all sorts of other shit. I get people coming in the store. Do you know where to I can sell my baseball cards? Where would you guys think that you could sell your baseball cards? You own a store. I should say this one. Well, you can always open a store. All right, let's see. We're gonna go back. Hiroki Sasaki. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. I'm just seeing some duplicates here. Will Klein, Yamamoto. I don't know if that's the one that's important, but yeah, same with Glasnow. So they pushed these out, like the orders were right after the World Series was finished. But either way, I don't care if there's an expensive card in here. Thank you very much, Bob. And that's unboxing for today. We don't always do unboxing, but throwing trash around day. All right. Don't cut yourself day. All right. So let us go to you, the fans who are here now. You here? Are you here? Are you?
Hello. 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 Oh. Go. Look out. Hello.
What up? Look out. Look out. Oh, that was hard. That was hard. I only drank half my beer, what with the mishaps last week. And I thought to myself, holy cow, thought out loud to Jill. I poured a really bad beer last week also. So I still had some in the can. I'm spilling out a little bit, but that's okay. I've got this right here. Yeah. All right. I'm joking when I said fans. All right. First up, Roxanne. I know it's not. Also, some Lupacino covers, if you know what I mean. First indeed. All right. Fantinium is here. A 1040. Has it always been 1040? I have a friend, someone who comes by the store, everybody knows. Sometimes buys some Dave Lapham comics. I have a friend, he says that anybody that has 4 numbers after the name on YouTube is just a bot. And although I don't think that's necessarily true, because I think there's a lot of old people on YouTube and they just get that number somehow. Or know how to or care to change it. But I still don't respond to them anymore. Eric O'Sullivan, Boops for Gizmo. I will be picking up Williamson's Iron Man #1 at the LCS because he's a really hot hand right now. And the Jeremy Adams DCKO Sidekicks one-shot, the kids are all fight. Well, Eric O'Sullivan, if you are hearing this, you should text me or expect a text because I have some comics that you're interested in. And we'll get on that. Uncanny Spider Guy's here. Spins. In the other room, Jill B. Pill. Hello. Hello. Lithalore, hey all. And I know you all didn't have to deal with it, but hoping the snowstorm doesn't impact my comics tomorrow. If it affects your comics or impacts your comics, you want it to be hard to get to them, or for them to get to where you got to go, because other than that, there's worse alternatives. In the past, there would be there are comics that just became scarce because of that one truck that didn't make it. RIP that truck, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, let me put the banner down about what is going on in the show so I don't forget. I even made notes, if you can imagine. Coming back. Yeah, for sure. Hopefully. Big week for comics this week. Welcome change from last week. There is good comics that came out last week, but this week is ridiculous. Not near mint. Good evening, Yule and comic fan. The longest first 27 days of a year ever. Wow, I know. I agree. But at least in the beginning of next month, I can start with the new flea and tick medication cycle for the dog. So I got that to look forward to. We're also going to talk about some comics to look forward to. Ikari Press, holy shit. How's it going, Antonio? I saw you slumming it on that wrestling show. Oh, shit. I fell asleep to that today. Let me tell you, it was good because I wanted to take a nap. That's hardcore, huh? That's some slam. Oh, you know what I got? You know what I got for you there? I got this for you.
Sup?
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 Hello.
What's up?
Roxanne says I'll be in this weekend. Thanks. Good to see you then. I can't wait. Yeah, there's some good comics that have come out recently. Wait. So You know, you guys talked about it. We're gonna get into the news, and then we're gonna get into new comic books. But first, I guess it's time for this.
Bill, spin my arm.
Come on, come on, come on! Come on, come on! I win a Winnebago. I win a Winnebago! No! So close. I spun it a little too hard.
Poor Bill. If he wasn't such a sack of shit, you know what I mean? You'd feel really sad. These are people you're not going to, well, at least one of these people you're not going to feel sad about. Or maybe you shouldn't feel sad for any of them. Let me make sure that picture is right. I always am worried about that. Okay, great. Yeah, so all of these people bought a cover A, a cover B, or a cover C of Transformers number 24, the last issue by Daniel Warren Johnson and Jorge Corona. Daniel Warren Johnson is now off, and Jorge Corona is, we'll be talking about him in just a few minutes too. But this 1 in 50 variant is by Simon Parr, and he's been doing some of the last issues. They get people to do these chunks, and it's pretty cool. I like it. And since there's only one that came through the store, we're going to raffle it off via this digital spin. All right. We're going to have another one after this because there's a little special gimmick we also do. And not everybody takes advantage of it. And, you know, it's it was good. It's good. Anyway, first spin, everybody. All right. Oh, it's great. Oh, yeah, this guy. Battle Buddy. All right. Let me stop sharing this gut field. Ugh. Well, you know, that's the problem with this junk. All right. Let's see what I can do here. Can I relaunch this page with a new ad? Great. All right, let me share the screen again. No, that's the wrong one. Share the screen again. All right, now we got two people. It's Fantinium and Cameron. And these two bought the 1 in 10 variant. There are no more 1 in 10 variants anymore. So this is, you know, there wasn't one for 25, 26, 27, 28. So it's going to be even harder for everybody. It's going to be one spin. And it's going to be a lot less work for me. All right, so it's between these two, and then we'll have a third spin with Battle Buddy. Boy, Battle Buddy's already won before, and so have these two. And this is none of these winners. No, I'm just joking. Good luck to you guys. Cameron, continue. Cameron, continuing. Cameron, 2 weeks in a row, is going to the final round. Congratulations. Let me just get Battle Buddy's name in there. Can you guys hear my dog coughing in the background? Hey. All right, here's the next little video. Break. That's right. All right, Transformers. Love that movie. All right, we're going to share this screen. All right, Battle Buddy and Cameron both have won multiple times this 1 in 50 gimmick. Good luck to you. Here we go. Battle Buddy, Battle Buddy, Battle Buddy, Battle Buddy. All right, Battle Buddy. Unfortunately, I don't make it. You have to be watching the show in order to win this. But if you watch this, you should at least leave a comment down below. Maybe that'll be the rule from now on. You gotta make a comment on my show and hit hit like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications and all that. If you do that and you win, then you win. It's the publisher sweep. There is none anymore. I am giving back to you. All right. Congratulations, Battle Buddy. You know what you are, and we all know what you are. All right, let me turn that stupid thing off. Just a couple days ago, there was breaking news. No, I'm not going to. Should I do this now? Yeah, we'll do this now. Sal Buscema died just a few days ago. In fact, this is where I took notes. Sal Buscema would have been 90 yesterday, and he died a few days, 3 days before that. So almost made it to his 90th birthday. And Sal Buscema is what did Spider Guy say? I think he said we lost another legend. And that might be that might be true. That might be true. He may be a legend. He worked a lot and he was very solid. And at times earlier in his career, he was a lot better than he ultimately was when I couldn't stand reading anything he drew. But now that he's not around anymore, and he's not been around for a while anyway, because Sal Buscema just isn't used in comic books the last 20 years for the most part. Maybe inking or something like that, or a special cover, but not really. So it's not like we've had Sal like working on a ton of stuff recently. But he worked a ton. I mean, if you read Marvel Comics at any time before 2000, for sure you've read a Sal Buscema comic book. And I'm going to just point out a couple, and one of my favorite reads ever. So maybe you guys would agree with this. So most people might know him for the Defenders. He did a ton of Defenders in the early days. This is where, this is the Avengers Defender crossover, but the Defenders were Submariner, Doctor Strange, Hulk, and then Silver Surfer from time to time. And then, of course, the teams change. What people probably know him the most for is doing the Hulk. Speaking of Silver Surfer, here's the 250th issue. And speaking of anniversary issues, here's the 300th issue. Unfortunately, the covers were not by Sal Buscema. Well, maybe fortunately, depending on how you take a look at that. But these are very monumental issues, and by no means the entirety of his run. But soon it's going to get replaced by John Byrne, and then it's going to be Peter David, and then all the artists that. But that's okay. Don't cry for Sal. He's going to be doing Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man during that time, and a whole host of other things. But he did do this cover. I was reading a Sal Buscema piece, and it seems he didn't really do any of the covers, but this is one he did. But of course, like all comics during this time, there had to be some imposition of Al Milgrom, and he inked this one. Al Milgrom is either coloring, inking, penciling, writing, editing, lettering. Did I say coloring? Because he does that too. A lot of people might know Sal Buscema for his ROM, the Space Knight, Creation, and Run, which was this toy that didn't really move, except it had this coil that could draw it up. You put it on the top of your door and you watch it go up. Just garbage. But he put in a lot of really good work, and they had really good inkers working on the book also, and people that really tried to make this a thing. There's a lot of creations in here that are Marvel Universe specific. So ROM can't just, Hasbro can't just go and do a ROM comic that has all the Marvel characters that they created. Sal Buscema, here he is. This is a pretty awesome Captain America and Falcon. I had the record as a kid version of this. But this is my favorite run of Sal's. And with the exception of Stern and Burn, which really wasn't that long, this is probably my favorite long run. And I'm looking back on, I don't know how I was getting these comics as a kid, but at 9 years old, Captain America 231, yeah, again, a Pollard cover with Milgram, but Sal's doing the art on the inside. This is 1978. Still only 5 cents. And I had this whole run, and I never really bought runs of comic books. So we did a lot of trading as kids in school. So maybe I had like a Daredevil or something, and I got one of the issues I needed. But this whole run I had is 231. You gotta love this stuff also. Captain America versus these white supremacists, and then they're going to be in like Harlem and stuff like that. And there's all this fighting going on. And meanwhile, there's the Sharon Carter stuff. Pollard again on this cover with Milgram. I mean, you just can't escape it. This is awesome. Here's Sharon. What? No, you got to die. And you find out who's like behind all this. Soon you got this Daredevil bit, and then oh yeah, this is classic. Just digging this, and then you find out it's all about Dr. Faustus and his machinations, screwing around with everything, and just really great stuff. That's my favorite. That's my favorite Sal Buscema, and like I said, with the exception of Stern and Burn, probably my favorite Captain America also. Also, happy birthday, Frank Miller. All right. Dude's made it to 69. All right. I don't think I need to tell anybody who Frank Miller is, right? He did this thing called Daredevil, and Marvel Epic line finally got to the first volume of the Frank Millers. So if you're down with spending $50 to $55 on a collected form, I can't imagine finding a better one than the Frank Miller Daredevil. Early years. I don't need that. All right. So RIP Sal. I mean, I don't know where I would he's so when I joke around about the Al Milgram line of demarcation, like the Mendoza line in baseball. Can you keep your batting average above 200? That's the Mendoza line. It's really the Euchre line. We all know this, but it just was the Mendoza line. Let me I know you want the full shot. I'm getting rid of some pics. Can you believe this picture I saw on Facebook though of Sal here? Look at that. It's a horrible picture. But all the other ones I found online without looking too hard were like in stores, and there's all this slat wall behind them. And not only that, like he was either there for, I don't know, a signing, I would imagine. Maybe they know the guy or something like that. But in the slat wall, it's not even like, variant covers or collections of comics or anything like that. What it was screwed up. What it was is just games. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I just screwed up big time. Can you believe it? I've never screwed up before like this. All right. I wanted to talk about some comics that are coming out in the future that we are talking about at the store. Do I have any more pictures? Damn it. Did I screw that up really? Let me just really quick. D. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh yeah, excellent. All right, my lazy ways have not failed me. And then one more. Do I need any more? I think that'll be good. Yeah, that'll be good. All right, let's talk about some new comic books that are coming out in March and a little farther beyond. And then it's going to lead into the new comic book day. All right. First up, DC is really putting their... So right off the bat, Marvel and DC are doing another crossover comic like Deadpool, Batman, but this time it's Superman, Spider-Man. They said, well, this is the second run of these things, and how can we make Yule care? And they did Superman, and they did Spider-Man. I got Spider-Man's right here. Where's it? Superman's in the bedroom. Oh, shit. So these are some of the new comics that are coming out. Yay. Now I should be like, no, not like that. Yeah, like that. All right, excellent. DC's new initiative. So they had in the summer, they had the Summer of Superman. And before that, it was called All In. And during this time, they're showing off characters, changing things up a little bit. The Superman book is going to have Superboy Prime as the main Superman in the Superman book, still written by Joshua Williamson. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that, but as we'll see in a little bit, Joshua Williamson. We've got art. So there's Greg Rucka's writing this. Greg Rucka did a really good creation of Batwoman. Where was she created? Anybody know? And we got art by Danny. And Danny does some pretty darn good art. I got this pick also. Look at that. Cool. So obviously her sister is going to be involved again. But how could she not? Batwoman by Greg Rucka, though. That's already got people in the store getting excited. And I think with the art choice to go along with it, excellent, excellent, excellent choice. Next, we've got Lobo by Scotty Young. He's going to be writing this book. And the Transformers Jorge Corona will be doing the art. And you're like, okay, tell me more. Well, how about I show you more? Here's some, did I get these from Bleeding Cool, I think? Picks from Bleeding Cool. I aced out the Bleeding Cool bit, I guess. I think that's pretty good. Anyway, Lobo's a ridiculous character. But I think this is already looking like something I can be interested in for a while because I am down with the main man, and I think you should too. And then lastly, for the next level, the third part of the next level, we've got Deathstroke. The Terminator is back. I would like him more as a Teen Titans villain, but the new Teen Titans aren't the new Teen Titans anymore, and neither is Deathstroke. Except he's still standing on a bunch of dead bodies it looks like he killed, so maybe there isn't anything different. The writer is going to be Tony Fleece. He is well known for doing My Little Pony covers. He's also well known for doing Stray Dogs and most recently Feral, which is about cats. I don't read that one. But Stray Dogs, excellent. And we got Gizmo in it when there was the two-parter that preceded the prequel issues. So, obviously there was all these people sending in dog pics and everything. And we were like, well, maybe we should do Gizmo. Oh, yeah, maybe we should. Did Gizmo, and there he is. Rare. And again, to sign it soon. Better get him to sign it soon. And then I forget when this is, April, something like that. March, April, May. No, maybe it's June. We've got a regular series of Zatanna coming out, and that is going to be done by, I didn't tell you all the creative teams. Fleece and Gian Domenico. And I guess I did pretty good. And then the writer and the artist of Zatanna is going to be Jamal Campbell. So, you know, he'll be there for about 6 issues. And then we'll have to, you know, who's going to be on it afterwards, because DC is saying this is a main series book. All right. I appreciate that. During the new stuff that's coming out, there's going to be a bunch of Vertigo titles, including the Nice House by the Sea continuing. So if you recall, it came out, became part of Black Label, then it's now a part of the Vertigo line. All right. And lastly, something that really tickles me. Firestorm is going to be coming out when Zatanna comes out, and that is going to be written by Jeff Lemire with Rafael De La Torre, not Roberto De La Torre, I think. But Rafael, and that's still good. And with Jeff Lemire writing it, I'm caught up with JSA, and that is some fantastic stuff. And I've been told Minor Arcana is really good, and I just haven't sat down with it yet. But I'm a Jeff Lemire guy, and he does comics that are coming out right now, and especially one that's coming out in the future that I'm pretty excited about. So there you go. Which leads me into comics for next week. Let me just, oh, there it is. Excellent. We'll do this many. And so now we're not going to have a video because that Jimmy Stewart one always seems to screw me up. So I have a smaller version of that, but I couldn't find it. Wednesday, the whole calendar's full of them. Either that or the Trump stuff or somebody ratted me out. So you guys tell me in chat or tell me in the comments down below. Which do you think? Did we get, was it the Trump stuff, the Trump ICE stuff? And it really wasn't anything. It was. It was that guy tell him he's a pedo protector. And then he flips him off with his little finger. Anyway, what do you guys think? Or did one of you rat me out? Really, that's what I wonder. Or you could come in the store and tell me what you think. New comic book day. Yeah. And you don't have to wait for the future of Marvel Comics yet now, because it is tomorrow. And it is in the form of, don't worry, this will go down. It is in the form of a brand new #1 Iron Man. You're like, God damn, not another new #1 of anything at Marvel. Yeah, it is. I think you have to look at comic books, especially at Marvel, more like you would, look, you read Harry Potter, right? I'm just trying to, a lot of people read that book. For me, I might say the Malazan Book of the Fallen. And I never, ever had a problem with the idea that I'm reading a book within that story that's starting a new thing. In fact, you can look at a #1 of a comic book as a page #1 of a new series, of a new book. And maybe it's not that many if you look at it that way. Hey, as long as they've got the legacy numbering and don't fudge it like they're Marvel, whoops. I mean, DC, whoops. I mean, like comic books, that's a lot of whoops. But you know what isn't? This damn comic book by Joshua Williamson. This is the year of Williamson. He is going to assert himself as the #1 attraction in comic books. That's what I think. Oh, Yule. He can't even do that with Superman. Who can do that with Superman? Get a little buzz, get people paying attention for a minute, and then it falls off. He's been doing a killer Superman. And there was the time where Lois Lane had some powers, and there was a whole thing going on with Lex Luthor. Got these new villains that are going to be villains for a long time. No redeeming value with these people, except for the ones that you do. And now he's doing Iron Man. No redeeming value. He's always, I don't like my stuff being used for war. No, you don't like your stuff being stolen and then used for war. I got to shut them down the only way I know how. Suiting up. Bam, bam, bam. Not this issue. This one was really freaking good. Tony Stark has this award ceremony at the very beginning. There's Madame Mask in the book and all sorts of characters you don't know and are wanting to get to know really quick. And Carmen Carnero is on art. She is one of the Stormbreakers. And if you come in the store, I gave you a little floppy along with Marvel previews of books to come. Nothing is really going to be starting going forward with Marvel. I'm looking at the new comics list that they have, and almost everything is a solo series that I don't believe is going to be a solo series, or it's a mini series. Here's the ones they say are solo series. Cyclops #1 is coming out in February. That's not a solo series. It might go a year, but it's not going to go 2. They've got Psylocke Ninja is a new solo series. No, it's not. It is not a new solo series. It is a finite series that might go a year. 8 issues. I mean, do they really care? Wade Wilson Deadpool? Well, we know it's going to end, but at least for the time being, you got to like look at it like this is called Wade Wilson Deadpool #1. There's never been one of those this way before. Inglorious X-Force, it's a new series. It's not a new series that's going to keep going on, but it's good. Mark Spector, written by Jed McKay. Well, you know what the deal is there until they do a new story arc or a new person comes on and actually writes the book. It's just going to be the same people taking on the new Mark Spector, Moon Knight. It's a different title. And then everything else is miniseries. But the books that are going on right now, like X-Men and stuff like that, are going to keep going on. So that's a bonus, I guess, depending on how you look at that. But this is the bonus. Got to come into the comic store and do just like Eric O'Sullivan said, come in and get Iron Man #1. I got shorted copies. I told them I needed them, and I even ordered more on top of it. So I would highly recommend, you're just going to come in and get an issue of something you don't normally get. You should get Iron Man. Ugh. It's like a baby walking on my grave when I say that. All right, next up we've got Heavy Metal #4. That's great. I'm not really into the whole sexy animal stuff, but you know, it's Olivia. You kind of expect it, I guess. Nice heels. Let me get up a couple more pics while you guys look at that. Let's see here. I don't see. Oh, there it is. Excellent. Okay, great. Next up, we have Wrestle Heist #2. Wrestle Heist is written by Kyle Starks. I think he does the art also. And it looks like this. Kind of silly. This is it was very entertaining first issue. And it spoke to me as a wrestling fan and as a person that considers themselves a person, that paid attention to the other things about wrestling more than just being a fan and all the stuff that goes along with being a fan. You're self-aware. And this is a comic this comic is not self-aware. The writer is about wrestling, but it is 100%. And I highly recommend it. Read it, pick it up and read it. All right. Big push, everybody. Got to keep this book alive, and I need every single one of you to start going out and picking up this book and reading it. It's so good. The only caveat is you have to be okay with superhero books. Oh, I'm sorry. About reading the best superhero book. Oh, shit. I thought it was on here. Hold on a sec. Well, it's kind of funny that would happen. Let me look at my desktop really quick. Jesus Christ. Where the hell is it? That's it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Very good. It's funny that actually happened. Youngblood is a comic that came out in the 90s, and it's coming out again. And the person who's working on it, Rob Liefeld, is the guy who worked on it and created it back in the day, but not actually the guy that owned it. If it had been owned by him, this probably would not have gotten made anyway. But it's supposed to be Youngblood and was being put out before this deal was signed by Rob Liefeld. And now the book that everybody should be reading is this. No, not that one. Jesus Christ. Blood Squad 7, number 12 is coming out. Where the hell is it? Oh, my God. I could have sworn I had it. How is that not it? Anyway, by Youngblood. That was not supposed to be the picture that I had. Where the hell is it? Hold on a second. Lobo. Downloads. Right here. Oh, there it is. Jesus. Oh, that's my problem. I'm an idiot. That's why. All right. Here it comes. I'm losing my brain. Blood Squad 7, number 12. Joe Casey's doing this, and Paul Fry is the artist. This is the B cover. It's the other one would have been smaller and harder to see. Anyway, Jib Rugg is doing good on the variants. This book is really good. Really, really good. So super solid. And in this issue, the Blood Squad 7 of yesterday is introduced to one of the Blood Squad 7s of today, all the way back then. And it artfully done. Really, really cool book. Great characters that are fleshing out over the course of issues. And of course, so is the drama that's going on within them. And of course, the drama that's going on outside in the real world. They got their first taste of super villainy not too long ago. And now they are really in it, where they are looking for a super villain that's taking advantage of a war between Middle Eastern countries and the people that are running the shit crazy over there. That's what's going on right now. And this book is freaking amazing, and I highly recommend it. I mean, if you're like, I don't like superhero books, I understand. You shouldn't be reading comics, probably. I mean, of course, there's plenty of comics out there that aren't superhero books, but this has everything a person would want to, it's not one of those like crazy authority situations where it's like the superpower team that's trying to change the world or anything like that. These are people that are trying to, well, they've got their own reasons for doing things, and it's a fantastic book, and I highly recommend it. As far as Youngblood, I just finished the first issue of this garbage. I have the collection of Youngblood, don't get me wrong. It's not for everybody, but there are variant covers, so you might check them out. All right, Harley Quinn number 58 comes out. Excellent. What else comes out? We have Harley Quinn and Elvira number 4. This is a Dynamite DC jam. And we have Harley and Ivy Life and Crimes by Erica Henderson number 3. This one's been doing pretty darn well for me, and I probably don't have every single issue, so oh well. Great cover. Moving right along, we've got Savage Dragon number 278. This took a while to come out. There has been a nip in this, but that's about it. Oh, Mickey Mouse makes an appearance. Popeye makes an appearance. It's not Malcolm, it's whoever that his kid is. There's a lot of him in it. DC's Supergirl Next Door is one of those $10 books that they put out with a lot of people doing stuff. Cool cover. Marvel The End 2099. This is like a 5-issue series. Orlando's been writing them. For the most part, the End 2099 stuff that, or I should say the 2099 stuff that Steve Orlando's been doing has been received well by customers in my store. I don't read it. Invincible Universe's Capes. Oh, look, it's somebody fighting an ice agent? Sorcerer Supreme #2. Another Steve Orlando book. He's been writing all the Scarlet Witch books, whether it was Scarlet Witch and Vision or Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, or Scarlet Witch and Red, or whatever. He's been doing them all. And they've been going about 8 or 10 issues, 12 issues, and then starting over again with the new, it's like the Jed McKay stuff. It's page #1 of the new book. Marvel Zombies #5. This is a Red Band edition. This is also a Greg Land cover. Yeah, he kind of did the Marvel Zombies over on the Ultimate Fantastic Four. So, yeah, it makes sense. Don't worry, he's not doing any of the stuff inside. Bug Wars, the Spider Witch special. This is a Jason Aaron book with Mohammad Asrar on art. Anyway, this is a one-shot following up from the other one-shot they had, following up from the mini-series, or the 6-issue series that's going to have another volume eventually. See? I think I don't have enough for the shelf, but I've ordered more. So if you're interested in this one, G.I. Joe #18. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was just like, God damn, I don't care about Joe. What was I thinking? It's Joshua Williamson writing it. There's been a lot of issues that have been coming out lately, and I wasn't in my right mind. Forgive me. There will be more. DC KO, The Kids Are All Fight, another Eric O'Sullivan classic. I assumed this is going to be a bunch of stories, but I just didn't have time to look at it. Punisher #5. This is also another Red Band edition. This is Ben Percy writing. He will be the new Punisher writer on the new series when that starts up. So awesome. DC KO tie-in, everybody. Flash alert #29. I just found out that the Flash is all screwed up, that he doesn't have his powers. I heard some video where someone was talking about that stuff, and then I actually read this issue right here, Green Lantern #31, that comes out this week, and Flash is in it, and it's cool because Barry Allen's having to be a cop, and he's got these gangsters that are trying to run him down, and Green Lantern's going to try and protect him. It's always great when Green Lantern and Flash get together. And right now it looks like Green Lantern's got a lot of people coming through his book. Last issue, 30, was Batman. And I can't remember who's next issue, but is Green Arrow too far? Too far. Well, I don't know the words I'm trying to say. Anyway, going back to Flash, we've got Absolute Flash #11. This is also a Jeff Lemire book. I do not read it. Not really reading the Absolute books, but neither are, if I look at sales, neither are you. It's doing okay. It's not Batman. Batman. Miles Morales, Spider-Man 42. I did order extras of these, but this is not a top-selling book. But that looks like Peter Parker Spider-Man, everybody. And, the Ultimate Universe does go through Miles Morales. So maybe it's time to get on board. And lastly of these books, is that true? Yeah, this is the first round of books, everybody. There's so many. Void Rivals #26. These are all books that are out in my store. But when I have something that I want to show somebody, or if I want the first thing the thing is that when people come in the stores, sometimes they're shy and they're not willing to ask for just anything. And when I gasp, right, there are certain books that people do ask for, and I call those my cigarette books because they're behind the counter and I have to get them for you. And this week there is no shortage of cigarette books. So let me bring these picks up right here and we're going to get right to it. Let's get this banner back on. And this is for tomorrow, 1/28/26, last Wednesday of the month. So many books. All right. First up, we've got a Conan. I think this is number 26, 7, 28, maybe 29. I'm pretty sure the cover doesn't say. Jim Zub writing. I'm not sure who's doing the art, but every time they have a different artist, it's usually quite good. Infernal Hulk, number 3. I've already read this issue. Kev Walker is doing the majority of the art. There is some Nick Klein. So if you're a snob, you got to still get it. But you shouldn't be, because Nick Klein's fantastic. And so is Infernal Hulk. In fact, I love just about everything in Incredible Hulk that led into this. And now this whole new incarnation, Betty with Bruce, and they're trying to live a normal life. How can you live a normal life when you were part of the green, behind the green door? We've got Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1. Who cares what the number is? This is a majority story written by Saladin Ahmed. And I don't normally read or even force annuals on my pull list customers, knowing that these are not normally books that matter. And I read this anyway, and it was really good. I think any Spider-Man fan will really like this, and this character that I've never read before is pretty cool. I think the story worked a lot, and aces. Excellent book. And there's a little bit of a Joe Kelly backup story that, the regular Spidey fans are going to probably want to get for it anyway. It's not really that important, but there you go. But the first story by Saladin Ahmed is really, really good. It just hit me in all my Spider-Man feels. Skinbreaker number 5 by Kirkman and David Finch. I got the big copies and I'm starting to read them finally. I've read the first issue and I did like that enough to obviously want to get the big copies. I'm not getting a lot of comic books these days, but Spider-Man and Skinbreaker. Justice League Unlimited number 15. This is the Terrific 10 where Mr. Terrific is getting all of these superheroes from different times to come and help him fight while the other ones are doing the whole DCKO bit. Dan Mora on art, also Sean Isaac, and Mark Waid is writing. Detective Comics number 1105. We got it's Tom Taylor. People are liking this. I'm not reading it. What can I say? It's just too much Batman for me. I just finished the 3rd issue of the Matt Fraction book, and that one's fun. Michael Janin on art. There's a lot of people that like him. So there you go. Detective Comics. We've got Absolute Martian Manhunter. This is all the absolutes now, I think. Absolute Martian Manhunter number 8. What can I say? It's got good art and people are digging the story. It's not for me to tell you that you like it. Absolute Wonder Woman. This is a new story with the Zatanna, the Absolute Zatanna being introduced. So there's going to be a lot of people interested in that. Still Kelly Thompson, still Hayden Sherman. All right. And Wonder Woman had him in her book. Now it's time for her to be in his book. Absolute Batman number 16. That's right. Batman and Diana in the Batman book. That's cool. Oh, and last, this is kind of part of the DCKO. I mean, the Absolute Universe. We have DCKO tie-in Superman number 34. Dan Mora, Joshua Williamson. Yeah, Dan Mora. Is he really doing this one? Let me see. Banner off. Eddie Barrows. Eddie Barrows is good, though. He's really upped his game in the last few years. So lots and lots of comic books. I hope you've kept your wallet full of money. All right, let me see. We looked at DC New Comics, Future Wednesdays, Wheel Spin, Life and Death, and an unboxing. I've done everything. Let me play this video, but don't go anywhere. All right, right now it's 9/11. Never forget. I never will. I never will. Lots of people do, but I don't. I won't. Thank you for joining me. We're going to get to your comments right now. Let's see what we can see. Frank Miller. Oh, Jimmy T. Frank Miller's the guy who yelled at me during an interview. LOL. Well, he was probably right. Marvel is basically gift wrapping their lunch money for DC in 2026. Well, I can't really get behind the whole X-Men United bit. I don't really believe that e-viewing is the future, and I just don't believe that Marvel is going to make this the flagship title. The way they're like wanting it to be. You know, everybody's together, and it's all this other stuff. How's your father? Says, you will please make the snow and ice go away. Well, I can talk to a guy about stuff of weather, but I'm not exactly sure about the that kind of weather. But I'll look into it. I'll ask him tomorrow. So good luck. I like how the big news for Iron Man is they finally put a comic writer on the title for the first time in years. Well, the last time I enjoyed it was Fraction, and I didn't even read all that. I started in the midway point. There's good writers that are out there. I mean, I bet Joe Casey would have done one. You know, I mean, Jesus, what if he? Let's go at 7. I die inside a little bit when I hear a new #1 issue. I understand. I used to be that way when I heard that George R.R. Martin was editing a new book. Oh, he's writing a different thing? Oh, great. With the lore, you don't like Wrestle Heist. Well, I understand. Liefeld is hacking Yule's computer. God, I know. Rough good or rough sad? Or rough bad? Anyway, thanks to everybody that's joining us here tonight. Thanks to everybody that's watching afterwards. Go to your local comic shop and buy some comics. That's what I would recommend doing. If you want to, like, if you're like, man, I don't really want to buy a comic, but I want to give you all some money, you could scan that QR code right there. It's for our Patreon. Yeah, I'll play this. We've never gotten in trouble for this. You want to give a couple bucks, you know, maybe the price of a comic that you aren't going to buy. It's a way for you to be seen. So you can always just search Fantastic Comics on Patreon. But here's very little I do for you.
You know, my last name is Costanza. That's Italian. So you and I are kind of like countrymen. Huh? Paisanos!
650 your change.
Ah, yes. And I always take care of my paisano. So here's a little something.
Antonio!
Si!
Vieni qua! Questa miserabile patrone!
Yeah, so you don't want to be like, George. Here I am. There's my Patreon. Right there. And tell a friend that there's this guy who talks about comics from a store owner's point of view. sometimes a fan's point of view, and sometimes just a guy killing time on air until he can get out in the living room and watch The Traitors, which is what I'm going to probably be doing in just a few minutes. Boy, that program. That's one that makes you want to yell at your TV screen. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We're going to cut this short. I got a cool clip if you want to watch it, and here it comes.
Howdy, farmers. I'm Big Jim McBob.
And I'm Billy Saw Hurock, and welcome to Farm Film Celebrity Blow Up. We got a real good show for you tonight.
Yeah, I tell you, we got a real good celebrity guest for you, too.
Yeah, she's a singer, and she's in movies, too.
Well, look, we could just sit here chewing the fat all night, but I ain't a-gonna.
Me neither. So let's welcome our special guest right now.
Yeah, let's have a big round of applause for Miss Bernadette Peters. Well, now, Bernadette, I hear tell you were in lots of movies, but I'll be honest with you, I don't remember you in none of them.
Yeah, what movies were you in?
I was in The Jerk, and Pennies from Heaven, and Annie.
No, you weren't. Come on.
No, you're fibbing.
Yes, I was.
Look, Billy Saul, she's a pouting look.
Yeah, in a cute kind of way.
Oh, yeah, and kind of vulnerable.
Well, in a semi-vulnerable way.
Yeah. Well, now tell me, why do you cry so much?
Yeah, why are you always bawling when you sing?
I guess I'm always bawling because I'm so emotional. Music makes the tears well up inside of me, and then there's nowhere else to go but out.
Well, now, wasn't that a cute thing to say?
Yeah, cute and vulnerable in a deliberate sort of way.
Well, now, Bernadette, before you blow up, would you favor us with a song?
Yeah, one of those ones where you're cute and pouty and doing lots of bawling.
Yeah.
I'll do my best. First, I'm gonna have to think of something real sad. Then my eyes will glaze all over, and I'll get real introspective. And you won't know if I'm into my song or I'm just into myself. Just think of it this way. I'm going out there a little Miss Nobody, but I'm coming back a star.
Why don't you just sing a song?
Yeah. Special guest Bernadette Peters for blowing up for us.
Be with us next week on Farm Film Celebrity Blow Up when the entire Osmond family will blow up for us, each and every one of them. Woo-hoo!
Anyway, this is Big Jim McBob
and Billy Saw Hurock saying, may the good Lord take a liking to you and blow you up real soon.